Thursday on my end. Let me turn this AC down. The fact that I have to turn on AC in January tells you a lot about the weather going on in Arizona. It's really, really nice. I will tell you that. It's super nice outside. I'm looking at my windshield going, I need to replace the windshield because I know this crack is going to go all the way across, and that's another story for another day. But anyways, because Thursday, you guys know on Thursday it's like self-care most of my Thursdays, and so I'm getting my lashes filled, and I've already taken a walk. I took a nice long 49-minute walk with my husband this afternoon. It looks like Tuesday, Thursdays are going to be walking days for me. I would throw in Sunday as well. So yeah, that's what I have done so far today. Now, as far as the rest of the day, I'm going back to Lowe's because there's a refrigerator, which I've talked about on the live last night, but by the time you guys see this video, it's going to be like a couple of weeks. I shouldn't say a couple of weeks. It's going to be like y'all will be a week behind. But that's okay. You'll still be able to keep up with my life, essentially. But, alright, so today, like I said, I have to go to Lowe's. I need to, we're going to go ahead and go with the smart refrigerator. And you're probably wondering why. Did I get a lot of people commenting or family or friends telling me, oh no, it's good, or no, it's bad? Actually, I went to TikTok, okay? I want quick answers and I want reviews. I know exactly where to go. The youth will help you get your life together. So, I use TikTok like Google. I knew that Google was just basically going to pull up a bunch of websites that the refrigerator sold and give me a bunch of reviews. That's all well and good, but I'm like, what about present day? I want to know what's going present day with this refrigerator. And so far, between TikTok and YouTube, I got some really good reviews. And the way that I organize my life, I use my calendar every single day. I usually have a wall calendar. But if I'm using a smart refrigerator, then I won't need that calendar because the calendar will be right there on the refrigerator. Also, I'm the person that listens to YouTube while cooking or listens to like YouTube podcasts. I listen to audiobooks while I cook. There's just a lot of things that I do in the kitchen, basically from my phone. I'm not saying I can't do these things from my phone, but I have really just, I don't know, I guess I'm just one of those people, like, I like to try out different tech to see if it's something that's actually practical and something I would actually use. And based off of my research and based off of my habits, I think this smart refrigerator will work well with my current habits that I have. And I was really kind of hashing this out with my cousin because she was asking me questions about it as well. And I just told her, she was like, of course you track everything on your calendar. So when I was doing the challenge, I tracked all the days on the calendar. When it comes to, because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, I always get a lot of questions regarding my health, and not to be like too TMI, but like, when's your last cycle? I track a lot of things for a variety of different reasons. I also keep track of my weight. I'm not obsessed over the actual number. It has nothing to do with like, oh, I want to be a certain amount of pounds, and more to do with like, because my hormones fluctuate a lot, I need to be able to manage it, and I need to basically know what's going on, what's working, what's not working. I'm very aware of like what I eat every day, things that I drink, and again, this is all because of just health conditions that I have been dealing with or been diagnosed with since 2016. And these types of tracking and methods seem to work well in terms of helping when I go to the doctor and identifying like what's the issue. And so instead of just kind of shooting things that I already do in the kitchen. The idea of having a smart refrigerator is basically what they call like a command station. And I'm all about the command station because it's like super organized. That's just my thing. So I'm excited about making this purchase, and of course I'll give you guys like a review and let you know how it goes. But that's the plan. And of course I'm still decluttering. I'm still on break, so I'm decluttering things along with either today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, maybe today. I've got to get some stuff prepped for next week because I go back to work next week. And really just prepping things for class. And I took the time while I was on the plane to write out my task list of things that I needed to do. So, and it's just simple stuff like set up Zoom link for all of my courses, checking my email, emailing students that are in my internship course and making sure that they know what they need in order to be successful in the class, making sure that all of my stuff that needs to be published is published, finding all the documentaries that I want to use for the class, making sure my outlines for the courses are all up to date. Like all of this stuff is critical in terms of your syllabi, and just making sure when class starts, like everything just pretty much runs smoothly. The nice thing is that even though I have 4 to 5 preps a week, meaning I don't teach any of the same classes, I actually teach 5 different classes. So you really need to be organized. Otherwise, you'll just kind of feel like disorganized all the time. I think it's different when you're teaching, like if I was teaching 5 sections of child development, that's a different conversation within itself, simply because it's all the same content. You don't really have to change much of anything. You really just, at that point, you're trying to keep the classes on track as best as you can. In my case, that's not the case. I'm teaching like 5 different topics every single week. So the only time everything is uniform is the first week, because I do like a welcome video, welcome PowerPoint, we go over the syllabi, like everything is very consistent, everything is all the same. And then after that, the second week, we start to break off and do different things. So, but each semester in each academic year, I challenge myself to improve a process. And so what I'm trying to do this semester is I want to tighten up my outlines for all of my classes, because I don't feel like they're not terrible, but they need to be better. I know they need to be better. We've had conversations as faculty, and this is something that my dean kind of wants. I technically already have it, but I just need to flesh it out and make it better. So that's what I want to do. And so for sure, over the next 2 days, I need to get that done. What else do I have going on? I have a lot going on, but I can't tell anything. I can't share anything. I have to keep my lips sealed. But if nothing else, I'm sure you guys can tell I'm pretty giddy and pretty excited, because it is really exciting for my husband and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But in due time, you guys will find out and know what I've really been up to for the last month. So anyways, I am almost to my destination, which this is exciting because actually I could probably like share this story when I get out of here. I just need to make a mental note to remind myself to share the story with you guys. But the place that I go to for like most of my self-care services, the owner actually sold her business to one of the estheticians in here, and I'm just really happy for her. Like, I'm just all about seeing women lifting up women. And I mean, honestly, I feel like I have that going on with YouTube, especially with Dee over at LaSure TV. I need to make sure that I'm like putting this in the description. So for those of you that are watching, you can go over to her channel and check her out. But we're always just like lifting each other up and rooting for each other. And I think we just need to do that more often. So anyways, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys in a few later. What's up, everyone? What am I talking about? Happy Friday. And I almost said Vlogmas. There's no Vlogmas happening here. This is how you know, literally, guys, I don't know if any of you guys realize this, but I filmed every single day, I think, since October 15th. So October 15th through December 20th, I filmed for 2 months straight. So I'm actually having to adjust and kind of figure out, like, what is my groove when I'm not in a challenge and how do I show up for you guys? So anyways, I thought y'all haven't seen me put on my Fendi makeup in a while, and I should talk a little bit about Fendi, and then also just giving you guys a little update on my goals and challenges and all the things. So anyways, I have already worked out today, and today I did spin bike. Yesterday I did, what did I do yesterday? Oh, I went walking. I walked, and you guys should have saw that post. Like, I ended up walking like 2.33 miles. My husband is actually going to start walking Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then like every other Friday midday. So I'm excited about that because I feel like I will have automatic days in which I know for a fact I will be working out or going somewhere or doing something. And part of my challenge is I also just found out through my CrossFit app, I only went to CrossFit 64 days last year. 64 days. That's a problem. Part of it, okay, to be fair, I was gone for almost 3 months this past summer, so I can't really do anything with that. I also injured myself in January. Yeah, I ended up with like a very minor knee injury, and so I couldn't do CrossFit. This really sucks because look at this. There's too much. Anyways, I'll figure that out another day. But I ended up injuring my knee doing, I think it was front squats or back squats or something. And anyways, so I ended up not being able to do CrossFit I couldn't do it as consistently. And I hate to say it, but I am very much like all or nothing. I'm working through it. I'm working through not having to be that way, but I still wanted to like exercise and stuff. And so I really had to like lean into doing other things. And between the injuries, so I was injured in January. I started to feel somewhat better, I think, after about 90 days. So somewhere in April. And I was kind of actively going during that time. Not as consistent as I was my first year, which super disappointed about, but also my work life was insane. Last spring, my work life was crazy. So it just made it nearly impossible for me to do CrossFit the way that I wanted to. I was going to the 8:30 class, and I found that it was kind of becoming challenging to go at 8:30 because I was staying up so late, and it just was a lot. And then I ended up traveling all summer, and according to the statistics or the little analytics or whatever, my most active month was January. I was like, that makes sense. So I have a goal. I cannot just go to CrossFit for 64 days. That's just not going to work. Because it just don't make money sense or body sense to only go 64 days. But it explains why my results were kind of like, they were just okay. But at the same time, I feel like I too, because of the injuries, and we can't forget, I also had a major sciatica injury from June. So that made it twice as more challenging to go to CrossFit because it was like the hinging. I really had to modify and scale things back to a point where I was like, I don't even want to come. I would go, and then it was, And then I started teaching later, so that was a thing. All of my classes before, I was teaching them from 5 to 7. Um, and they got changed to 5:15 to 7:45. And it may not seem like a big deal, but it was. It really affects my night. It affected my whole entire routine because now I have to eat dinner early enough. So I have to eat dinner before class because I don't want to be eating dinner at basically 8 o'clock at night. So I have to eat between 4:30 and 5:15. I also have to take into consideration I commute in on Wednesday, and that means I'm teaching that class until at least 7:30 at night. But what I do is I tell the students, look, I'm not going to have built-in breaks, especially since most of them, well, the majority of them are online. I'm like, for those of us that are in person, we still got to commute. So, and we all have at least 1 hour to get to where we're trying to go. So I'm like, we're adults. If you need to take a break, take a break. Come back. I record my lectures, like all the things. So I know that my students will be fine. And everyone agrees to that, and that's just what we do. Instead of like, oh, let's have a 15-minute break. And the worst part is we're like one of the only 3 classes on campus at night. So I'm just trying to get out at that point. So anyways, I have to set some decent goals for CrossFit. I'm like, I need to at least go at minimum, because it was like, what, 64 days? And in my mind, I'm like, that's just unacceptable. I basically went for 2 months. I need to at least go for 6 months. So with that being said, to double that, I feel like I need to go, let's see, if there's 30 days in a month, if I go 15 times in a month, or 10 times in a month, 10, yeah. I mean, 10 times in a month will put me at 120. So I don't think that's too bad, but we got to do something. So I'm not going to make this an official challenge, but it's just going to be like an internal challenge that I'm doing to be like, okay, how many times did you go to CrossFit this month? Because you can't be going for no 64 days or 62 days. That's just not going to work. So that's going to be my goal as far as CrossFit. And then I feel like in between all of that, I'm going to be able to achieve my fitness goals. And honestly, when it comes to fitness goals, I am one of those people that I definitely realized through the challenge that I just like to move. I do like to lift heavy weights. I really do like lifting heavy weights. But I did not always have the time to drive the hour to CrossFit. Whether it was 10, 15 minutes to go to CrossFit, do the hour workout, and then turn around and basically have to come home and shower. So in terms of blocking time, I needed to block about 2 hours minimum. Yeah, at minimum 2 hours, because the time to drive, the time to shower, and you got to eat. Like, there's a lot that goes into CrossFit, I think. Unspoken things that nobody tells you about. You definitely have to eat because you're burning way more than what you would like when I'm taking a walk or going on the spin bike or whatever. So you have to kind of build for all of that stuff. As far as my other goals, I need to make sure I take a picture of my planner so you guys can see what I did last night. Maybe I'll insert it here. And also, I'm not going to be able to make it to Planner Meetup this particular month because I've got some things going on that require my attention on a Saturday, but I am going to be able to make it to book club. And actually, I'm finally to the Book of Doors where I'm like, this is actually really good. Finally. So I think I'm going to finish plowing through that this weekend. It's taken me a little bit longer than I planned to, but at this point, guys, I just want to be able to socialize, learn about new books, and really engage in these hobbies. And what do I have to say about Fendi? After wearing it for 2 months now, or almost 2 months, I like it. It's still a little orangey for me, but I do like it. I like the way it wears. It wears all day. I don't know. because I'm also trying to decide if I want to wear makeup every day. I don't typically wear it every day. I typically just wear it whenever I go to work or if I have like some sort of event or something that I have going on. But part of me is like, well, I kind of want to wear it every day, but I don't know if I want to wear, maybe Fendi has like a lighter foundation that's not like a 12-hour wear. So me putting this on, it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I know I've got some things I'm gonna be doing from now until later. And also I'm gonna be filming another video for you guys, and I kind of want to look like a little decent in the video. So anyways, anything else I have going on today? Oh, I'm going to U-Haul because I need to pick up some things from there. But otherwise, it was just a really slow, chill Friday. It's my last day of like vacation in terms of work week. Because on Monday I return back to work. Well, I'll start by being remote on Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday I have to commute. But I don't know. I'm one of those educators, and maybe it's because I'm an extennial, and maybe it's because I did social work and I did public ed, and I worked in such bleeding heart fields where you work 50, 60 hours a week. But I learned years ago, when you have time off, you take the time off. And I know like some of the folks I work with, some of the boomers and stuff, they don't. They will work through Christmas break. They will still be sending emails and be like, hey, did you see my email? No, I'm not going to see it till that Monday. And actually, I put my whole email on vacation. Just in case you want to send me something, I want you to know that I'm not reading it. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it until January 6th. That's what's going to happen. And I do that because I find that I'm much more productive and more valuable to my students and to my colleagues when I take a break, because I am the person, and I think y'all already know this, that I work really hard when I'm working. And so I will give it all I got, do what I need to do, but at the same time I'm like, I don't have students next week. It's just like back to faculty week, whatever. And we're just going to be sitting in meetings and doing nothing literally for like 2 days, and probably getting some professional development and training, which is not bad. But it's really just an easy week. And everything that I need to do to honestly prepare for class, I can probably do it all on Monday. I can do it in a few hours. I learned that I don't need to take the 3 weeks that they give me off to be like, and now I'm going to work even harder. No. I wrote my list, I identified the things that I wanted to work on. And so I did that, I think on the plane, one of those flights, and then basically made myself a task list. The only thing I'm going to do today is like do the Zoom links for all of my classes. So that's already on my calendar. But other than that, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm only doing simple tasks, but anything that requires me to think, like putting together a syllabi, I'm not going to do that. And the other thing I learned with the leadership that I have, instead of giving us the new syllabi before we go on break, they like to give it to us this week. So there's no point in me working on something when you're going to change it. That's just how I see it. I'm like, why am I going to break my neck to do all of that? And of course, I'm sure you guys want to know what's the deal with the paper. So I will look at my paper on Sunday. I think I expressed that in yesterday's video. I'll take a look at it, pick up where I left off, and keep it moving. That's pretty much it. And I will probably be meeting with my chair this Thursday or the following Thursday. I don't know what she wants to do. Doesn't really make a difference to me one way or the other, because I already know that I'm writing my paper versus AI. And again, there's nothing wrong with AI if you want like AI to give you ideas and stuff like that, but I just don't want AI writing my paper. So it's going to take me longer. So anyways, all right, I'm going to hop off of here because I got a video I need to film for you guys, and y'all will see it in the coming weeks. And hopefully I'll hop back on a little bit later, but if not, I'll see you guys on the next part of the weekly vlog. All right, later. Okay, guys, so I feel like I mentioned planners to you guys, but some of you guys are probably not familiar with what planner meetup is exactly. So I thought I would show or share with you all basically me resetting a planner that I've had in the past. And basically, I'm going to be using this for my YouTube content creator. Well, not just YouTube, but like content creation stuff in general. So, what you see me doing here is covering up all of the actual numbers because this particular calendar is from January of 2022. And this is a happy planner calendar. Sorry, I paused there for a second. And so I'm just taking a moment to cover all the numbers. And the idea is that I will actually be able to renumber the entire calendar. And I also covered up to 2022 as well. And you guys will see me renumber it here in just a second. But when I'm meeting up with my BFF monthly to go to planner meetups, there's different themes every month, and I won't be able to go this particular month for the month of January because I've got some things going on, but I definitely will be planning to be there in February. But I just really wanted to kind of get myself organized because you all know I'm working towards working on my main channel and a brand new channel. So I have a lot of thoughts. I'm a super creative person and I just really need to be able to write things out so I can have like a more visual layout of what I'm doing. And so right now you're actually going to see me start putting the numbers. And I've done this before, and actually after I recorded this last night, I think this was Friday night, and I was looking through the planner again and I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be able to use this long term. This is just like a temporary thing that I can do for right now to kind of get my thoughts and everything organized. I think I'm going to end up getting a different planner altogether because I realized I'd used a good bulk of this planner in the past. But the nice thing is that I've learned over time that you can repurpose and reuse planners, especially if you have a month that you didn't use before. And if you're not familiar with the planner world, there are stickers where you can cover things or you can put it in whiteout or whatever you want to do to make it more sleek and sophisticated and can work with your schedule and what you have going on. So right now I'm writing out on the side my overall goals of what I'm trying to accomplish this month. And so I'm basically saying that I need to really have an editorial calendar for YouTube. When I got into this space or returned to this space and really got serious about it, I posted for a little over 2 months. And so this is my first time really kind of figuring out like, how do I plan to post? What do I plan to do when I'm not doing a 75-day challenge, and what's my typical schedule? So right now I'm really focusing on the fact that I'm preparing for the 75-day challenge, and I need to do pre-videos, pre-recorded videos, trying to determine my lives, because something I have figured out is that I will probably go live every day at about 3 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, just basically giving an update on how the challenge is going that day. And so I found that after trying out the live this past week, this is going to be the easiest method for me. So I'm just filling in some things for the first week, and then later on, in the coming week, I'll actually fill out the weekly part itself. But this just gives me a nice solid visual on what to expect for the coming months. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me prep and plan on my planner. But as you can see, I'm really honoring my hobbies, and I want to make sure that I not only honor them, but share them with you guys too. So I'll probably share the monthly resets with you guys and maybe some weekly stuff as well, just so you guys can see that I'm honoring the hobbies themselves. Anyways, this is all I have, and I will catch you guys on the next video and during my next weekly vlog. Take care.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to our Christmas cruise break. My husband and I went to Mama's Cafe, one of our favorite spots in San Antonio. There's a whole story behind it. We also went to Top Golf with my family. Neither one of us have ever played Top Golf, let alone golf before. We'll definitely try it again and maybe do a couple of day dates here in Arizona. When we got to Orlando, we went to TGIF's for drinks and dinner. Our ship that we went on was the Utopia of the Seas, second largest cruise ship in the world. And then we actually were parked in the Bahamas with our ship in the Liberty of the Seas, which we did the Liberty of the Seas in 2022. This was me in line for the Abyss slide. Question is, did I actually go down? Here's my waffle cone from Azumi. It was super good. And then we went to Giovanni's for dinner as well, which was an Italian spot. And because I could not go down the slide, I said I would wear a toga at the toga party. Thanks for watching.